Yep. Right beginning of the video, man. Hey, man, we got 10 insane facts about the NBA that may just blow your mind, man. Hey, man, look, man. Y'all know we came here to do, man. Y'all know we didn't come here to do, man. We came here to get straight to the point. What we didn't come to do, man, is all that other stuff, man. With that being said, man, let's get right to the video.
The early days of the NBA,
let's get it.
Things were different. Not a whole lot of high-flying dunks. Actually, there were no dunks whatsoever. No three-pointers, dribbling that looks like it belongs in a circus act, and some of the wildest shots you'll ever see in your life. And
hey, you know what's so crazy? That's how them young hoopers, fo. That's how they hoop for real. Like, they be so fucking.
The early pioneers of this young NBA was a player named Joe Fulks. Now, Fulks was a bad man. One of the NBA's first superstars, was the first scoring leader in NBA history, and had even scored 63 points in a single game, an NBA record at the time and one that stood for over a decade. If one thing was for certain, it was that Joe was going to shoot a shot, and no one was going to stop him, even if they should have. Because Joe's single game scoring record is not the only NBA record that he broke throughout his 8-year career. In a regular season game in 1948, Joe Fulks broke the NBA record for the most missed shots in a single game. A record that still stands to this day, and a record that will probably never be broken. See, here is some all-time NBA greats and the most missed shots they've ever accumulated in one game. Only a few greats have missed less than.
We got Giannis right here with 19. Shaq with 19. 80 with 20, Kawhi with 18, LeBron with 23, AI with 24, Scotty with 21, Julius Erving 21.
Shots in a single game. Steph had a game where he missed 21 shots.
James Harden 23. Did that say 25? Let's say 26. KD and James Harden 26. This probably KD's 26 point probably came from the playoff from last year. That was horrible.
27 shots in a single game. Kobe crossed the 30 threshold once in his entire career, and Wilt Chamberlain tops every all-time great with a whopping 37 missed shots in one game. And then there's Joe Fulks.
Damn.
In 1948, missed 42 shots in a single NBA game. LeBron, Steph, and Durant have all never even attempted 42 shots in a single game.
I mean, because we got different skill talent now.
But Joe was built different. 99 problems and a field goal percentage ain't one. Because Joe also holds the 2nd, 5th, 6th, and 10th spots for the most missed shots in a single NBA game. And this is just one of many insane NBA facts you have to see to believe.
Sponsorship.
Really excited to announce the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. No matter your age, your spot in life, or the experiences you've been through, we can open into Gatorade shot a commercial that featured a 39-year-old Michael Jordan going one-on-one with a young version of himself. This commercial was first aired during Super Bowl 36 in front of millions of viewers, and to this day remains one of the most iconic sports commercials of all time.
But was LeBron playing against himself? I know he was talking to himself, but I don't know if he was playing against himself. But this just like LeBron.
Realized at the time was that the athlete that played the young version of MJ was actually a 22-year-old Jamal Crawford. Despite entire articles being written about the commercial itself, Crawford was never truly credited for his role. But in a recent interview on the Dan Patrick Show, Jamal talked about his role on set.
Were you in the Gatorade commercial with Jordan?
I was.
You played the.
That's
how
you?
old were you? You played the younger Jordan, the Bulls version of Jordan, and he's with the Wizards?
Absolutely. I was 22, I believe, and I was the younger version. And I'm like, okay, what's the lines? He's like, no lines. Let's just talk. Play one-on-one. I'm like, there's no lines. Like, so I start reaching for the ball. He's like, you reach, I teach. Right? And he's kind of. I'm going off of his flow. I'm like, okay, am I playing? I'm trying to play like me. I'm trying to play. Just play.
After taking an extended hiatus from the game, Magic Johnson returned to the NBA in the 1995-1996 season to play for the Lakers one last time. His return didn't last long, and he retired for good in June of 1996. You want to know what else happened in June of 1996? The Lakers acquired some 17-year-old kid named Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Signed superstar Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
NBA fans were one season away from seeing a trio of Magic, Shaq, and Kobe all on the same team. A decision that would have changed the entire timeline of the NBA.
He got the off on his shoulder.
It feels like LeBron has been around since pretty much the dawn of time. In fact, for a lot of fans of the NBA, they've never seen a league without LeBron James. And that's because LeBron has been in the NBA for longer than he hasn't been in the NBA. I know, that sounds a bit weird, so let me explain.
Nah, that makes sense.
LeBron was 18 years and 303 days old when he was drafted into the NBA. And as of today, LeBron has been in the NBA for 19 years and 48 days.
That's why it's so weird when you don't see LeBron in the playoffs, bro. It's just last year was just overly crazy not seeing LeBron in the playoffs or KD.
But he still has a few years to go before he reaches the ultimate NBA sage status that Vince Carter obtained a few seasons ago. By the time Vince retired, the span of his NBA career made up an absurd 30% of all seasons in NBA history. The man was a part.
It's gonna be a sad day when LeBron retire. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a sad day, bro. When LeBron leave, bro, I don't know, folks.
Not one, not two,
I know it's a big debate on who the greatest between him and MJ, but it's gonna be a sad day in hell when what's the name don't play.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Vince Carter was in the NBA for so long that he played the father and the son of 12 different NBA families. Now, if you had to guess which player has the highest offensive rating in NBA history, who would you guess?
Probably
Jordan,
MJ.
LeBron, Steph, maybe Shaq or Kareem, maybe even throw in a wild card guess like Jokic or Giannis.
KD.
Well, it really doesn't matter because I can guarantee with 100% certainty your guess is wrong. No offense, it's just that the current record holder is literally the last guy you would expect because the all-time leader for offensive rating is Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert. For perspective, LeBron is 43rd all-time at 116. Steph, Durant, and MJ are all very close with career offensive ratings of about 117. And Rudy Gobert, the offensive juggernaut, tops every player in NBA history with an offensive rating of 127.4. Some advanced stats are really good. Not quite sure if this is one of them. Now, a better advanced stat is game score. It's by no means some perfect stat that'll tell you everything you need to know, but it does do a solid job at summarizing the efficiency and production of a single player on a game-to-game basis. From this stat, we can find out what is generally considered a good game and what is considered a bad game from a statistical standpoint. And according to
I can't wait till
stats,
NBA season come back.
less than a game score of 10 is a relatively bad game for a good player. And if we use this information as the standard metric, then the NBA record for the longest streak of games without a single bad game was set by Michael Jordan from December of 1987 to February of
Damn,
1990.
3
That's a
years?
streak of 183 games in a row without a single bad game. That's nearly 2.5 seasons straight of good basketball without a single bad game along the way. The next closest good game streak was set by Shaq from November of 1996 to April of
183 games is crazy. And then he in the top
Karl Malone
15
had two
twice.
streaks that lasted over 100 games. And to be honest, I don't see this record getting broken anytime soon, since the longest active streaks of good games in the NBA come from Nikola Jokic with 98 games, Joel Embiid with 68 games,
Sinners.
and Giannis Antetokounmpo
Sinners, a
with
big
44
man.
games.
Sinners a
There's
big man.
current streak of games by an active NBA player that has set an NBA record that will never, ever be broken. More unattainable than Wilt's 100-point single-game record or Stockton's career assists record is LeBron's streak of regular season games with double-digit scoring. Now, some of you are probably familiar with the streak, but to understand the sheer insanity of this record,
Yeah, LeBron a bucket, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all seen what he was doing with the Lakers.
Now, LeBron's active streak of games scoring at least
Last year, bro, before 20, what was it? Before we came into the beginning of this year, bro, LeBron was on a complete tear. The whole end of last year, the whole end of last year, bro, that man LeBron was triple-double, 40, 50 points a game. Every game, 40, 50. So, you know what I'm saying? And I watched every game. And basically, it's like LeBron without AD, bro, that man LeBron is going for 30, 40, 50 each game, bro. Like, every game, he going for 30, 40, 50. Damn, the triple-double, double-double, whatever he doing for a team, that man was going berserk. This year came and he slowed down.
96 games. The last time LeBron failed to score at least 10 points in a regular season game was all the way back on January 6th, 2007.
Damn.
That's 15 years ago. To put this absurd streak into perspective, there are only six active NBA players who have played at least 1,096 games in their entire NBA career. But to really grasp the magnitude of this streak, here's a chart of the longest double-digit scoring streaks in NBA history. Just making it into the triple digits is an accomplishment reserved for only the best players of all time. Stephen Curry's longest streak of 97 games doesn't even make it on this list.
He's low as hell.
Giannis had a streak of 116 games. Dirk had a streak of 190. Shaq had a streak of 245 games.
Damn, Kareem got 500. Moses Malone 526. KD 562.
Of all time had streaks of 220 and 211 games. But to crack the top 10, we have to go all the way past 400 games. James Harden had a streak of 450 games. Kevin Durant had a streak of 562. Karl Malone had a streak of 560.
I was like, where Michael Jordan at?
And with the top 3 streaks of all time are Kareem with 787, Michael Jordan with 866, and LeBron James with 1,096. The gap between LeBron and everyone else, a massive void. But what if we only include active streaks of double-digit scoring games on this chart? Well, then it would look like this.
Damn.
The next closest streak held by Luka Doncic with 167 games. Luka would have to score double-digit points in every game while playing at least 70 games a season until the 2035 NBA season to even come within reaching distance of this streak. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an unbreakable record, and an NBA fact you had to see to believe. Hope you all enjoy.
That's crazy, bro.
And as always,
it's gonna be a sad day when LeBron give out on us, man.